before I became a Christian, my mom said, oh, you have to get your santo done. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I'm like, I don't want to. I don't feel good. I don't feel like it's like it's me. I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all doing it. I don't want to. I told my mom, and she's like, no, cállate, blah, blah, blah. And she started yelling at me and stuff. I was like, fine, so I did it. So, and then that's why when I first came to church, I'm like, but I'm already doing this. So I felt like I was disrespecting God in a way because I was already with my mom in the other religion, and so what am I doing here? That's how I thought about it. But then God saved me from all of that. Now that I turned myself to Christ, I put Him first, I gave my life to Him. Now my house is peaceful, everybody gets along.
Wow.
It's beautiful, it's the best. I won't change it for the world. Now I can go home and I can be like, this is my home. Yeah. So, amen. So that's what we need to do. I just want to, every single time my friend comes to me, I'm just like, look for God. He's the best thing. It's the best. He could be your best friend, your friend, your everything, your king, your everything. That could be Him. I don't have a personal best friend. I don't have a girl like, oh, hey, and talk chisme with. I tell everything to God. I come with Him. I put Him first because I seen what He done for me.
Amen.
And I want to say that you have to be humble. You have to wait for your time. I waited for this moment to be here. I waited. And I got. I saw a video. I saw Pastor Samuel. I saw a video on YouTube with Diseñaten. I love Diseñaten. She's a pastor in DR. And I was like, I want to be like her. Why can I not do that? Why it can't be like, I want it now and stuff. But I realized that I need to be humble because it's not on my time. It's on God's time.
Amen.
Hallelujah. It's not whenever I want, it's when He wants. It's what He wants to do with me. It's not what I want to do with myself because I'm not living for myself no more. I'm living for Him. He gave this life to me, so I'm going to make sure I make this life to please Him and not for
Hallelujah, gloria a Dios.
and not to please nobody else. I'm not trying to please my father. I'm not trying to please my Pastor Sango. I'm trying to make God happy, make Him be the best. Put Him first. I'm not going to let nobody step in my way. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I don't do mistakes. Because we all do mistakes, but nobody's perfect. There's going to be troubles. There's always troubles when it comes to my mom's santos and stuff. People come over to my house and they come to do, what is it called? To read the cards. When they read the cards and stuff. And then my mom goes, nobody is supposed to walk in the kitchen when she's doing that because she says it's interrupting her muerto. So I go and walk around the kitchen. I do the opposite. And I'm just like going to get something to drink. And she's like, esta. That's what she calls it, esta. I was like, esta, me, esta? She's like, yeah. She's like, and she tells the people, oh, she goes to church. She's a Christian. I'm like, yes, I go to church. I'm a Christian. And they go, but how? Your mom, she does santeria. She does this. And I told her it doesn't matter. I told all of them, it doesn't matter. This, you guys don't realize, I tell them all the time, you guys are doing brujeria, but it's going to come back to you. Because karma is bad and karma is good. If you do good karma will come to you. If you do bad karma is going to come to you. So I try to explain to them all the time when someone comes to my house, think about what you're doing. Think about that if that's what you want to do. Because if you do something bad to someone else, it's going to come back to you. Whether it's to you, it's going to be to your loved ones. Because everyone has to pay for your sins. Everyone has to pay for every sin. So that's why I tell them all the time. And I'm humble now. Now I know it's not on my time. Since I first got here, I had a vision of me preaching, and to the right of me is Pastor Samuel, his wife, and his kids. On this side is my dad, his wife, and his kids. And I'm here preaching, and there's many people. There's
Hallelujah.
many people.
Hallelujah.
There's people on their knees
Dios.
praising God. when I first got that vision, I wasn't Christian yet. So I was like, what? I was like, no. That's just me thinking. That's just me thinking things. Now, every single day as a Christian, that vision always comes back to me. And I always pray for that day because I know one day it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But just not on our time. It's not when Pastor Samuel wants. It's going to be on God's time. Amen. And in the vision, I'm way older. I know it's not going to be now. Everything. So I need to be humble about it. I need to say, God, thank you for this moment. God, thank you. No matter what problem I am in, I want to say, no problem anyone's in, you should always be thankful for God, because the moments that you take advantage of, someone else is praying for. Amen? Amen. So when we're saying, oh, why this? Why am I going through this? Why am I going through that? Someone else is on their knees saying, God, please, can I have this? Please, God, in the name of Christ, can I be in that person's footsteps? And we're here saying, why this? Why that? God, why? God, why? Who are we to question Christ? We're nobody to question him. We just need to be here, be humble, be thankful for what he does. No matter we're in the worst problem we can ever be or in the happiest moment that we are in, we should always be thankful. Because at the end of the day, God doesn't give you something that you can't handle. It's there because you can handle it and you're going to
Hallelujah!
And nothing is forever. Everything is temporary. What you're going through is very temporary. So verse 7 talks about caring. If you're here today, not caring what God thinks, not caring what he's seeing, not caring of anything that's going on around you, then there's a problem. You need to care for him. You need to care about what he thinks, what he's saying. You need to think about, should I do this? Does God think it's going to be good? Is it going to affect my relationship with God? What does God think? Like, should I pray first and stuff? And yes, you should always pray. Because if you care now, when you need it the most, when you're going through your hardest time, and you don't care about God when you're in the good time, when you're in the hardest time, I promise you that it's gonna be your hardest time to ever find him. He's gonna be there watching you, but your relationship is not gonna be strong enough with him that you can connect with him right away and he can help you fight your battles.
Amen.
So if you care, if you pray, if you take your time, your way out to read the Bible, to pray every single day, to take your way and give a good message to someone, to make someone's day, then he will do the same for you. When you're in your worst, he will be there for you. He will make sure you're gonna be protected. And when your eternal life comes, it's heaven. You're gonna have it your way. You're gonna be an angel. And that's what you want for the future. You always have to think about your future and your present. Your present is, what are you doing now to help your future? What are you doing today that's gonna affect your future? It's gonna affect it in a good way or in a bad way. It's gonna affect it, you want to affect it in a good way. Make sure it's for Christ, because we're not living for our mother. We're not living for our friends. We're not living for our mate. We're not living for anyone but Christ. He's the one that gave us life. We might as well live for him and make sure we please him, because he's the only one that can take away our life and give it to us back.
Hallelujah.
So, and Pastor Samuel was right. I was going to preach about knowing yourself, identity. Amen. So, one time, my mom, she's doing a consulta, that's what it's called, a consulta, and she's like, you don't realize that one day you're going to have to do what I do. That's what she told me. One day I'm going to have to do what she does. That means I'm going to have to do brujeria, I'm going to have to do bad to people. And I stood thinking, I'm like, I just left the house. I'm just like, I started thinking, I started praying. I'm like, God, please no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. And when I came here to church on Tuesday or Sunday, Pastor Simon, he said, come up, we're going to pray for you. He prayed for me and he said, don't worry about it. God says that you don't have to be the same. And he doesn't even know what I'm going through. And it's because
Your mom what?
Okay.
What did your mom say?
So one time, I walk in, my mom is doing a consulta, and she says, one day, you don't realize one day that you're gonna have to do what I do. That means I'm gonna have to do brujeria, I'm gonna do bad stuff to other people, and all this other stuff. She's like, watch, just wait. You're gonna have to do it one day. You're gonna be like me. And I stood thinking to myself, I'm like, what? And I left the house, and I'm just like, God, please, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the same as her. I want to do good. I want to make people happy. I want to make them feel good. And then it was on a Tuesday that I came, and Pastor Samuel said, come up, we're going to pray for you. So I stood here, and he prayed for me, and he tells me, God says that you're not going to be the same. God says that you're going to be different and better. God says that you're going to do bigger things than your mom. And I'm like, wow, that's God talking to me, because I didn't tell Pastor Solomon nothing about what my mom told me. And he answered my prayers. And you have to know yourself. You have to know where you're coming from. So that helps with your future too. You have to know who you are. You have to know that you're better, that you will do better things than anyone. I am 15 years old. And people come to me saying, Nayra, can you help me out with this? Nayra, you give such good advice. And they're like, how? You're helping 40-year-olds and 20-year-olds, but you're only 15. How? What do you know? I'm like, because I just go to church and just pray. And he gives me the words, and I just say it. I give him the words, I say it, and it helps them. So it's something that I love to do. I love helping people. That's just me. That's the way I am. I love it. And I love when somebody comes, Nayra, thank you so much. And I always tell them, it's not me.
Wow.
Thank God. Thank God. You have to thank God. He's the one doing it. He's just using me to talk to you. That's how it works. And always, I'm only 14 years old. People are like, oh, what are you doing with your life? Why? You're 15 years old. Do this instead. Oh, smoke instead. You drink and party instead. And I'm like, no. And my mom tells me, my sister, she's 18 years old, and she does party with her friends or whatever. And my mom tells me one day, Nayra, why don't you party like your sister? Why don't you be like your stepsister, 20 years old, enjoying their life? Go party. Go do something. Don't you have friends? I'm like, I looked at her. I'm like, so you're telling me as a mother that I should go party? And I'm like, what? I'm like, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm like, Ma, I do have friends. It's just, I think I have better things to do in my life. I think I should take this time to read the Bible and pray, or study for my next test, or worry about school, or I'd rather relax and spend time with my family than go out and party with temporary people that's going to be only temporary in my life. I am not going to waste a night just for a moment. I'm gonna use a night for my future. That's going to affect my future, because one night can ruin everything. One night at a party can ruin your whole entire life. It could go wrong or it could go good. And 99 of the time, it goes wrong and it affects you in the future. You end up drinking and you end up having a hangover the next day. You have a headache. But on a Sunday, you go to church. The next day, you feel even better than you went to church. You feel even better. When you go to a party, you're drinking and smoking. The next day, you feel like you're dead. And you're just living just to live. Sunday morning, you go to church. You go in debt, but you come out even better. You come out alive. You come out like, yeah, I can do anything. Feeling good, feeling with power, feeling awesome. And that's why I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, why? Why do I need that in my life? I don't need it. I know myself better enough to be smoking and with these girls at parties and stuff. I know myself better enough, and that's what we as people need to do. We need to think about us, and we need to know ourselves to do things. We need to know, oh, am I better than this? Am I gonna be a bigger person and do this, or I'm gonna just be immature and do something else? We need to be mature and think about our future and know ourselves better, that we're gonna